Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Quick dive into Kronos, seeing what's going on with Crocoin here. We saw a pretty massive pullback there just below that 0.786 support level we talked about previously. And of course, the price action continued much higher from there. So that was a pretty low point. Congrats to our members who were able to kind of get into that level. I know we had a good amount of our traders jump in at that lower point. While I wouldn't have done that, you could see it was massively overextended. Buying that support level is a good call. We got half this liquidity level swept, and there's still a little bit more to go. So keep in mind, we may not be out of the woods yet. You got to recognize just because we are recovering here, a little relief rally, does not imply it's going to continue. We're going to make sure to look for reasons why, and obviously why not, okay? Because a good trader will look for reasons not to take a trade instead of trying to force a trade. So that said, let's quickly jump into one thing here I want to preface with first, because it's really important here, is this exclusive offer, this campaign we have going on with Bitunix. Phenomenal exchange. If you haven't used my link yet, go ahead and link down below. If you've already registered, you'll be automatically eligible for this. The first 100 spots get $20 for trading futures between November 23rd and the 30th. Okay, so really easy, simple to use. Just make sure you use my link to register there so you're available for future trading competitions and things like this. But the bottom line is they have no VPN, no KYC required, and they're an excellent exchange. So what we're gonna look at here on the daily is this little bounce. Take a look at this here. Price action came down to that, just to touch that little $50, sorry, I misspoke, not $50, 50 on the RSI. Basically a nice money entry there because again, 50 on the RSI is a common support level. Same thing with 30 and 70 as resistance, right? So if you watched my videos before, you'll know that that's an important level to pay attention to. We've got the this isn't great, so we got to respect the fact that we're diverging still. If this oscillator here today closes a little lower than the previous, then we're going to be in good shape, but ideally we want to start to see a tapering effect before we want to get kind of excited. Again, this is a very slower lag. This price action has carried upwards for a very long time, so of course the divergence is going to take longer, but that's never a great sign. However, it's not terrible either, okay? The thing I don't love is that we're kind of right in the middle of this zone here with all the volume. So until we can build more volume at this level, we may not be able to rely on this level here as a support, okay? So again, pay attention to the volume if you can, but if we take a look at the moving averages, like a lot of other coins right now, Chainlink, Solana, Avalanche, they're all kind of hanging out right here above the 20-day simple moving average. And that's like a trend line you want to kind of respect and pay attention to. So when we break below the 20, I think it'll be cause for concern. Last night it didn't look great, but again, that wasn't an official closure here today. We want to wait for today's candle to close above that level. So a closure above, just say 9 cents even, would be ideal to be able to give us that continuation potential. But the truth is here, the daily time frame is not super bullish, but it's not super bearish either. We haven't lost any key levels yet. All right, so again, that's going to happen when you have these significant uptrends followed by a reversal or pullback. That's very, very standard. Nothing to be overly concerned with. We've got a very, very ugly double bottom pattern here forming. Just kidding, that's really not much of a double bottom, but in a sense it kind of is because it came down to bounce off that level of 0.786 on FIP. We want to look at some moving averages here. Keep in mind all of them are compressing here at this one area. Leads me to believe that we could very well see that work as a resistance. So 9.5, 9.6 is our tentative resistance level here. Closing above, once again, about 9.2 today would be fantastic. We want to stay right where we're at, if not higher, obviously, to be able to maintain this continuation of the upside. Keep in mind, we haven't established a higher high or a higher low yet, so still premature in trying to understand if we're reversing this trend, okay? Ideally, we go range bound for a short while, and then we create higher lows and higher highs after that. But at this point here, look at the RSI on the 4-hour time frame. We're still kind of under 58 on the RSI, and this is not a great sign to me. Again, it's great to buy the dip when the money flow index is massively low. Congrats on our community members for taking some significant profits again. But once more, here at this level, it's a resistance level. I'm not super sold that we're broken above. So again, I think a solid closure at like 9.5, 9.6 or higher, either today or soon, would be ideal. We may not be able to ask for that here today, just based on the fact that we don't have. We've been running for a little while, and a lot of this is contingent on Bitcoin and Bitcoin doing well, but it's still something to be mindful of. We do have a convergence on the horizon. We are just now converging on the MACD. This is somewhat of a fantastic indication. It's one of those kind of things where you get a MACD convergence. Typically is a good sign for a swing trade. Okay. So again, if you're considering a swing trade, that's a contributing factor. Again, not the only reason to take a trade, but it's definitely something to note. So that does kind of sway things in our favor a little bit here on the 4 hour. Once more, we're not out of the woods just yet. Again, we need to be able to establish a higher low, which kind of looks like we're trying to establish that now. So again, 9.2 or higher today would be great. And then ideally, the next higher high continues to do one of these, or comes all the way up to 9.6 and closes above that level there. But I think a closure anywhere in this range here would be great. So 9.2 to 9.6 is what I'm looking for today to be able to have some kind of continuation. So ideally, the price just range bounds here and then has a little bull flag pattern and continues higher. That'd be awesome. That's what we're looking for, something along those lines. But for confirmation here, we don't full on have it, but we're getting close, okay? So this is kind of my favorite indicator here. If you want to know how to use the Ichimoku Cloud, just search for it on my channel. But it's a really phenomenal indicator letting us know kind of where we're at. So lagging span is it's within the price action, so to speak, right? So if you have a short position open, you should have closed it a long time ago. I think you probably should know that by now. If you're still in a short and you're holding right now, that's just a bad call. And the main reason why too is because we've lost confirmation. Okay. Again, even though the larger time frames are telling us they're kind of indecisive, we have that convergence on the 4 hour time frame. We're compressing with our moving averages, and in this case right here, the lagging span is technically free and clear, so that gives us some validation for a potential long. It also tells us we have good conversion here above the baseline, which is basically a momentous indicator. Last but not least is this guy here is the cloud. That's the most important. We're not broken free from the cloud, so we don't have the confirmation we're looking for. So if the price goes sideways for the next 12 to 24 hours and we're still at this 9.2 or higher, that is an indication you want to take a long. Okay. Right now, a little premature because you can kind of see here the price comes up. Oops, just kidding. Got rejected. So any breakout trader would have been unsuccessful at 9.5. If you're a patient trader, however, and you wait until about 9.2, I think you're going to be in good shape. So I'm going to reevaluate this coin here in about 4 to 8 hours and just kind of make sure I pay attention. And if the price is above the cloud there, and we have other contributing factors, which so far we have, then I think we're going to be in a good shape to take a long. Okay. And again, I know you're asking yourself, why not take a long right now and get in early? Well, you don't truly know if this is the bottom just yet. Okay. So again, please be patient. Patient pays off in trading. That's what I teach to my community members through my trading academy, my university videos, and of course, just in general, being a good trader, it does require not FOMOing in. And I know there's a lot of FOMO today because everything's kind of cranking, that little natural response to the Bitcoin sell-off. But you got to recognize if Bitcoin sells off again, price is just going to dump again, okay? So please recognize that. But Bitcoin dominance is coming down. Alts are starting to surge. So in truth, I don't think we're going to see quite as aggressive of a sell-off if Bitcoin pulls back from alts again. But again, that can change in a day or two, right? So we just always want to pay attention. Anyways, do me a favor, like the video if you found benefit, comment below, let me know what kind of position you have open with CRO, and obviously make sure you utilize this exchange here. Phenomenal benefits and just some really cool perks to work with them. I really like them a lot. That's the main reason why I'm pushing this. And the main reason why, honestly, is because they offer no VPN, no KYC. Most of our US members got hit really hard with Bitget, BingX on the horizon. A lot of situations like that are coming to a head. So just again, prepare yourself. Hopefully that will help you. Thanks again for watching. Have a great rest of the day. We'll see you on the next video. Take good care.